Hello and welcome to our Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be talking about our Publishing Partner Program. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Yeah, good morning, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. SEO has changed a great deal over the last few years. I was just reviewing some posts on Search Engine Watch. I know you read the same stuff, Chad, as well. And every day, people in our SEO reseller Q&A session are asking about, well, what is link building dead? What has link building become? And of course, the opinions are that links still very much matter to your website, but the way you go about it just can't be how it was a couple of years ago, particularly with the Penguin updates in 2012, 2013, follow-ons in 2014. You can't do link building with the intention of manipulating the search engines as you used to, and so that means SEO, which still relies heavily on links as a vote to your website, has evolved dramatically and emerged much more with PR. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, Chad, with our publishing partnerships. As Google started to put out new guidance and new rules, we started to really pay attention to those several years ago, and we've spent the last couple of years building up a pretty awesome media list of community and small newspapers who ironically are starved for content. So this is a great fit with our white label SEO program. I'm really proud of what we're doing here. We're becoming part of the news cycle. We're figuring out how to take small businesses, those main street businesses, and get them into real news coverage, which also has a tremendous benefit for our SEO reseller community. So Chad, let's walk through exactly how this works.
Yeah, Adam, and it is great, and it's actually one of the things that I think is really interesting that we've done is it's actually a very good fit when you're white labeling SEO, because obviously the traditional PR approach is that there's a direct connection to someone at the client site, and so if you're looking for an SEO reseller program like the one we offer, and you're trying to sort of outsource your SEO, but still raise your standards to where you want to be in 2015 and beyond in terms of how you're going about promoting your client's website, we think this is a really good fit. So let's talk about what we do. The first thing we do is that all of our news programs that we've developed all start with on-site blogging and content. And what we're trying to do when we're writing on-site content is we're working really hard to incorporate facts and statistics into those on-site blog posts. And the reason we do that is because we found as we've looked across really any time that a website is mentioned or cited in other posts, it's often because there are relevant, interesting facts that support a story. So the first part is that we put those facts and figures on your clients' websites. And then as Adam, as you said, as we're pitching our media list, as we're talking to these different publications, and our reporters and correspondents are actually trying to figure out how to meet the needs of their local news stories, we're able to go back and reference that fact database and find supporting information that actually helps and aids that particular story. So our reporters and our correspondents are using the fact database of content, of facts that we've placed, that we've worked into your clients' on-site blogs, and then we're able to use those to support stories that we're writing for clients. So it's a really nice way of again, of having a very relevant way of incorporating your client's information into breaking news stories that we're publishing in local community newspapers. So again, we think this is something that's very different, that no one else is doing. It's terrifically difficult to actually do, to keep everything in order and to work out and build those media relationships, but it's something that, again, the state of SEO demands.
So if you really think about this, Chad, it's very similar to traditional PR activities, and we've been through that. We've been around the block and hired PR firms ourselves and for previous businesses, and often you'll pay them a retainer and they'll do their best to get you placed into stories, and that has a positive impact. This is exactly what Google is telling us in 2015 you should be doing. You should be in news stories that are relevant to your industry, where there's a real readership, and work on the brand and the placement. That's exactly what we've done and why we've spent the better part of a few years building this media list. But the twist we've put on it, as Chad outlined, and I understand this is complicated for some folks, but if you think it through, we're really helping that on-site SEO be prepared with good stats, statistics, and facts on-site that can then make you be able to be placed into some of those stories, which is exactly what those editors are looking for. And this piece we just keep out to emphasizing is these folks we're working with on our media list, they have editors, they have editorial control, they can remove links, they can reject stories, which is exactly, again, what Google requires when you're out trying to do brand-oriented PR, which may or may not result in a link. Oftentimes it does, that's great, but it's the right kind of organic growth that you want to see for your website that's completely within the guidelines of where Google wants you to be. So we're pretty excited about where this program has gone and how it's evolved, And we're trying our best, as always, to study and broadcast the Google Webmaster Guidelines, make sure everybody's doing the right stuff, making a website that's great for readers and getting it placed in real newspapers. Well, that's our brown bag for today. We sure would appreciate any comments or questions you have. And as always, hit subscribe, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.